Hi everyone, so today we're going to actually have a quick comparison of the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 and the newer DJI Osmo Pocket 4. So to begin, the biggest difference is that the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 is already proven, widely used creator camera, while the Osmo Pocket 4 is a newer camera that's been released just recently with upgrades focused on slow motion, storage, tracking and creative workflow. At a glance, the Pocket 4 is more of an evolution than a total redesign, as you can see. So I'm just going to bring it in a bit closer. Slight design changes. Okay, we'll go into a bit more detail in a moment. If you already own a Pocket 3, the upgrade is mainly worthwhile for advanced creators or heavy vloggers. Okay, first let's just go through price. From the top of my head, the creator combo, I'll just stick with the creator combo, £549 in the UK, whereas the creator combo for the Pocket 3 is £500. Some of the differences that you can see, I'm actually using the mic 2, show you that from there, so it won't be on shot, but some of the differences I'll quickly show you. These are the differences between the mics now. You get the mic mini, the smaller one, with the magnets, and you get the mic 2 with the Osmo Pocket 3. The reason why I have the battery, you get additional battery with the Osmo Pocket 3. You actually get a larger battery built in, but you don't get additional battery with the Pocket 4. But let's just start from key stuff along the lines of the sensor itself. So the Osmo Pocket 3, I'll list it on the screen hopefully. The Osmo Pocket 3 sensor is a 1-inch CMOS sensor. So is the Osmo Pocket 4. The only thing is there is an improved dynamic range of 14 stops for this camera. So we should be seeing much more detail in the highlights and the shadows. 4K 120 for slow-mo on the Osmo Pocket 3, whereas we get 4K 240 FPS frames per second for the Osmo Pocket 4. That should give some really lovely slow-mo footage. Okay. Color profiles, we've got the D-Log M on the Osmo Pocket 3, and we've got the D-Log, full 10-bit D-Log for the Osmo Pocket 4. So you end up getting more control over color grading when it comes to the full 10-bit D-Log from the Osmo Pocket 4. The ActiveTrack on this is ActiveTrack 6. This contains the ActiveTrack 7. Okay, we can only use the Osmo Pocket 3 with a memory card. This has a built-in storage of 107 gigabytes, which proves useful in situations where you might have forgot the memory card. So the Osmo Pocket 4 offers a significant battery upgrade over the Pocket 3, featuring a larger 1545 mAh battery versus the 1300 mAh battery on the Osmo Pocket 3. So this provides 240 minutes of 1080p recording, a substantial increase over the Pocket's 166 minutes of recording on 1080p. The size of the screen on both is the same 2-inch screen, but the Osmo Pocket 4 has a brighter screen, so it's slightly upgraded with a brighter screen, which should be useful for shooting out in daylight. Okay, as you've seen already now when I've flicked it open, there are 2 buttons underneath the screen on the Osmo Pocket 4. The one on the left is the one that actually allows quick zoom to ×2 lossless zoom. When you double click it, it becomes ×4 zoom. And the C button allows you to customize a button to your liking. I've mentioned the audio, so you know, the Osmo Pocket 4 comes with this mic here. The Osmo Pocket 3 comes with this mic here. Okay. Still photos on the Osmo Pocket 3 is 9 megapixels from what I remember, and there's a much higher resolution for the Osmo Pocket 4 for still photos. There is gesture control with the Osmo Pocket 4, allowing you to actually start recording, take pictures by using gestures, hand gestures, which is quite useful in scenarios where, you know, you're trying to shoot by yourself. So key improvements, coming back to key improvements, the Pocket 4 can shoot 4K at 240 frames per second, which is a major jump over the Pocket 3's 120 FPS limit. That matters if you film sports, cinematic B-rolls, pets or action scenes. Smarter object tracking on the Pocket 4 introduces 7.0 ActiveTrack with better face and subject locking, especially while moving through crowds or filming yourself walking. Seen a few videos, and I'll try and do one where comparing both of them, where the Osmo Pocket 3 loses the subject and Osmo Pocket 4 actually picks the subject up, even if it comes out the screen, comes back into the screen. Built-in storage, so biggest workflow changes, quicker transfer. You no longer need a micro SD to start filming for the Osmo Pocket 4. Okay, improved controls. So the Pocket 4 adds the dedicated zoom control button as mentioned, customizable button, but another one is, I'll try and show you. Okay, so the joystick, it has improved handling. This it feels so much better, so much smoother to actually use. Okay, so if I just quickly open this up, okay, so I think there you go, I can control the speed, make it faster. As you can see, it's harder. I don't think you can even do that with the Osmo Pocket 3. So if I hold it down a little bit, and you can see it speed up. Okay, so the joystick has been improved on the Osmo Pocket 4. Low light, so let's just put this down again. Okay, even though both use 1-inch sensors, the Pocket 4 improves dynamic range, as I mentioned before, so much better when it comes to picking up detail in highlights and shadows. And what is also important is you will have the 10-bit D-Log grading flexibility, and low light there should be better low light footage coming out of the Osmo Pocket 4 because of the dynamic range. Okay. Now that's obviously useful for people who are, myself, I don't color grade as much, I want to, but it's more useful for people who are using DaVinci Resolve Premiere Pro to color grade. It will make a big difference. Okay, what stayed the same, we've got the 3-axis stabilization on both. Both of them have a very similar form factor. It does look like the Osmo Pocket 4 is slightly bigger, as you can see here. And the rotating touchscreen is still the same. The autofocus is supposed to be strong. It's a great walking, vlogging camera. The startup is extremely fast, so I don't click. There you go. Both of them really fast to start up and starts recording. Now, the question you'd be asking, having me discuss some of this, is which one you should buy. Before I go on to that, one last thing. We've lost this, okay? So I used to actually like this, how you can actually put it in, and I feel as though the camera is very well protected inside this. I've had it several years now, and the camera is in still really good condition because of this protective case. Okay, we've lost this when it comes to the Pocket 4. Instead, it comes with this little pouch, and I have just remembered to mention, okay, this will be extremely useful. Okay, I'm sure you've seen this, but you can attach this camera light which will be useful for, you know, good use for when it comes to vlogging, taking videos of yourself. Okay, it is powered directly from the Osmo Pocket 4 battery, so it's not got its own battery. It's magnetically attached. I'm going to try and switch it on. There you go. You can see it at work. Okay, so this is useful for people who vlog and they need to actually point the camera at themselves. I will test it out at some point just to see how well it does. And you can actually increase, decrease the brightness and change the color, the temperature of the color itself, temperature of the light itself. Okay, let's put this back down. Anything else? So yes, I was going to show, instead of the protective cover, what we have now is this protective clamp. Okay, I haven't used it much, but let's see if I've got this correct. Okay, that's it. Okay, it's magnetic, which is lovely. I did prefer the other one. Okay, trying to be careful with this. Okay, so I'll just show you once again. Okay, there you go, that's it in place in comparison to what we had before. The screen isn't protected, but for that reason I've got a screen protector on this. I did prefer this. Hopefully someone comes out with a third-party protective case similar to this one, and I'm sure I will purchase it. Okay, now final thoughts. Okay, I would say get the Pocket 3 if you want best value at the moment. You can pick up a second-hand one in really good condition, most probably around £400. If you casually vlog, if the slow-mo 4K 120 frames per second is enough for you, you already have SD cards, so you don't have to worry about it. You can get it, as I said, you can get it discounted. I suggest you go for the Pocket 3. Get the Pocket 4. Okay, if you're someone like me, who as soon as a new shiny product comes out, you're immediately thinking, I need to have it. Okay, if you shoot professionally or you shoot frequently, which I don't do as much as I'd like to, but you know, if you do professionally shoot or you're frequently getting footage, creating content, if you want the best tracking, if you actually have the camera out where you don't have someone to record you and you want it to track you and record you, that will be, you know, where you need to opt for the Osmo Pocket 4. Slow motion, if you're doing sport, as I mentioned before, if you're doing sports, if you're doing anything that requires slow-mo, you'll get the best slow-mo footage coming out of the Osmo Pocket 4. Internal storage, and you like color grading, internal storage is definitely useful, okay, in terms of transfer as well. In terms of the cost of memory cards are going up considerably at the moment. So this has 107, which comes up with, if I actually show you how much footage I'll get. Okay, I need to open this. Okay, so with the 107, it goes 4 hours 50 minutes on 4K 30. 4 hours is plenty of footage that you can get with the internal storage. Okay, if you color grade, which I would be moving towards slowly at some point when I have some time, I'd like to color grade, then it's worth going for the D-Log rather than the D-Log M. And you want longer battery life, you will get it with the internal battery, but remember the Osmo Pocket 3 has an external battery that gives the battery life a boost. Okay, so thank you for watching. Hopefully you found that useful. If you do have any questions, please ask. Kindly like and subscribe, that would help us grow the channel, and see you on the next one.